Separately over here, the Home Office has a Muslim network, Home Office Muslim Network, I believe it's called, as discovered by Connor Tomlinson in April last year. 700 either Muslims with a contingent of Muslim supporting Socialists, because of that unholy alliance, for the promotion of Islam within the Home Office, for promoting the interests of Muslim employees within the Home Office for their promotion, whatever else, and also to promote and influence policymakers for the further promotion of Islam within the country. What does that sound to you? So the 700 strong staff, also in charge of things like the Prevent programme and coming up with things like the non-crime hate incidents. So in charge of determining what is and isn't. Imagine that, a group of Muslims and their supporters in charge of determining what is and isn't terrorism. Where could that go wrong? 94% of all terror deaths and 88% of all terror injuries in the UK since 1999 have been down to the religion of peas. The other 6% being other minority things. But of course the Home Office was saying, oh no, it's all, you have to give equal prominence to the far-right terrorism and Sikh nationalism and Hindu nationalism, all that. Sikh nationalism and Hindu nationalism are the far right, are an equal threat as Islamic terrorism. Islamic terrorism making up 94% of all deaths and 88% of all injuries. Bullshit. They are. So it's gaslighting. So they're doing that to gaslight. So if you imagine all these networks exist across Whitehall, coordinated. You didn't vote for this. They're influencing policymakers' decisions to turn a blind eye away, which is why the report came out, it was leaked last week, to a policy exchange, where they refer to the Pakistani rape gangs as alleged, because we can't have anything that puts the peaceful religion into a bad light and the people who practice it, can we? Oh no. So again, you didn't vote for that. It exists and influencing government decisions across Whitehall. We have a fifth column. That's one example of a fifth column that's found its way in. Nobody will dare acknowledge, certainly nobody in the government and the civil service will acknowledge. And the other being the councillor of Socialist, again within the civil service, as I just alluded to with Dominic Raab. They work only on socialist principles for this, for the Metrolib ideas, because the Metrolibs. So any government that comes in who isn't that would be actively resisted by that fifth column. So we have been taken over. We have a separate government. So I guess it doesn't really matter so who you vote for, because one of the things that Reform haven't done is acknowledge any of this. That if they wanted to come into power, they would have to get rid of the civil service en masse. But I don't think they've got the bottle to, or they can acknowledge that they will need to. That's where you are. You have the fifth column government sitting within the civil service. So does point of voting make any difference? No, not really, no. We've only got that going on. Unless it's for a government which the civil service actively endorses or thinks, because they consider that Labour are far to the right of where they should be. Hence why they have these socialist worker placards in central London, and have these demonstrations for plasticine, all the rest of it, because they know that they are, because they consider Labour to be far too much to the right on many, many issues. And they keep on saying they consider the far right, total far right Labour Marxists. Imagine being so far to the left and consider a Trotskyist to be Pablo Trotskyist to be right wing. That's what you're up against. That's what we need to think about, is how you remove, even if reform did come in or did lead a coalition somehow, you still have to deal with that somehow.